What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Mythic Legion's Advent of Decay. This is Ravaena. This is the fantastic exclusive. This was the fan-voted figure that we got for this wave. In the prior Wave 1, we got Vorgus Familius as the fan vote figure, the fantastic exclusive, and now in this wave, we got Ravaena. She also has, on top of all of that, she also has a beautiful backstory, which is pretty cool. She definitely has had quite a quest already in her life. She was the only survivor after Vorgus Familius had attacked and destroyed her entire village, which means not only her parents, and maybe she had brothers and sisters died, but everyone she's known her whole life growing up was killed by Vorgus Familius, the vampiric wearer of the blood armor. She was then picked up by a loyal member of the Order of Aetheron and trained as a cleric, which is pretty cool. And she, after she was trained, she vowed vengeance against Vorgus Familius, which is also another nice little touch right there, keeping things in continuity. It seems like vengeance took over her life, and she vowed to destroy Vorgus Familius and go after some certain specific relics to defeat him, that she thinks will defeat Vorgus Familius. So that's pretty cool on its own. And then after, seeing as her life was kind of consumed by this vengeance, she was then kicked out of the Order of Aetheron. She was exiled, excuse me. And then she later became a member of the Convocation of Basilia, or Basilia? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I apologize if I'm not. And so she is determined to take out Vorgus Familius, which I think is a nice little touch. We got a bad guy with Wave 1 in the fan vote, and now we got a good guy in Wave 2 for the fan vote. Okay, and we're back with all the accessories go as far as her weaponry is concerned. And like I said, she's got a lot of variety here. There's different ways you could have her set up if you only want to have her set up one way. If you want to create this, maybe turn this into your own character, you can do so as well. You don't have to go by what their backstory is, but I think her backstory is interesting enough where I'd like to keep it that way. Okay, as far as her first accessory, this is pretty much just her banner. We've seen these banners since Wave 1. It's nice that she did come with a banner, and this is actually the Four Horsemen logo, which is quite interesting. So this could be the Convocations. It's actually not the Convocations clan symbol, because their clan symbol looks a little bit like that. So I'm kind of interested as to why she came with the Four Horsemen logo here, but it is interesting nonetheless. Pretty cool. It's black with a gold and then a purple. So really cool. And it does have these little peg holes right here on the side of this staff right here for the banner. And you can plug in wings or horns or whatever you want to plug in right there. Or if you want to just leave it bare, you can leave it bare like this. Continuing on with the banner, it actually does come in 3 pieces, technically. It comes in this smaller banner piece right here. And then you want to plug in this piece as well. And then there's a third piece right here to make it a little bit longer. You don't have to connect all of these if you don't want to. You can plug that in like that. And this is the full extension. It's very long. Here, actually, it is standing up next to Ravaena. And as you can see, as far as a comparison goes, the banner is much larger than she is. So just to get an idea. Like I said, you don't have to have that plugged in like so. You can also take the banner if you want it to be a little bit shorter. Take the end piece and you can plug that in like so. So it's a little bit shorter now. And as you can see here, I'll do another comparison. There's Ravaena, and now you can see the banner is much shorter. So if you want to go the shorter route, you could. Okay, next up we've got her mage staff here, and it actually does come with 2 different attachments. It comes with this attachment, which I'm probably going to keep on here just because we haven't seen a whole lot of this top attachment right here. It's kind of like a crooked swiveling wood piece. As you can see here, there is some paint shading going throughout there. It looks like a brown paint shading going throughout. It looks really good. There is a little bit of hint of blue in there too. So that's really pretty nice actually as well. So there's like a light brown, then a dark brown, and a little bit of blue. And then we have a metallic blue for the little ball right here. Looks like a little bit of a quality control issue right there on the top of the ball. So there you go with that. I don't know why my camera is not focusing today. There we are, as you can see right there. The staff here is just a gold color. Pretty nice gold going throughout. And then you can simply pop this top off if you don't like this top and you want this top instead. There is a little bit more of a snugger fit with this top than this one. I think it might just be maybe just my top for some reason, but I haven't had any issues with any of the others with this. But you do have the option there. So there's this top to the mage staff as well. So this is kind of like a charcoal gray with a two metallic blue balls. You don't want blue balls in your life. It's not fun. Another option you can go with, if you want to, is you can take this part of the banner staff and you can plug this into the top of the mage staff. And you could go with this as well if you wanted to switch it up a little bit. Or you could go with this top piece right here. So if you want something a little bit shorter, you don't want something as long, and I'll be honest with you, this is a little bit on the less girthier side, so she can hold it a little bit better one-handed, and it also doesn't weigh the figure down. So if you want to go that route, you could. Okay, next up we've got the crossbow. Looks pretty cool, and I'm actually just going to kind of pop that back. You can. It is a string, so you can pop the string back like so. So that's pretty nice. It is a nice taut string, so you don't have any issues with that. It also comes with a arrow right here, so nice sculpt for the arrow. Nice little silver tip right here, and then a silver portion going down the arrow, and then we've got some purple feathers for the arrow itself. And you simply just want to plug that in to this little piece right there. And there you go. Now you can give off the illusion that she is armed. She's ready to go with this. Nice metallic blue for the crossbow piece itself. And then we've got some gold for the crossbow section up front. And what looks to me is the trigger is also gold. So that's nicely done. The only issue I really have with these crossbows is that they can't hold them. They can't really look down the sights and hold them the way you really want them to hold a crossbow. You kind of just have to have them seated with their hand right around this area. And actually, if you go that route, you're going to have to push this arrow up a little bit further so the hand doesn't get in the way. So the arrow does stick out a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. This way you have room for the hand going up on top and below here. But that's just something to point out for the figure. Like I said, the sculpt on these look really good. I like that you can actually attach an arrow to the top of this, a separate arrow, separately sculpted one. But at the end of the day, they kind of hold it a little bit wonky. Maybe maybe down the line we'll get a different hands pack so they can have different kind of gripping hands. But for now, you know, they pretty much just kind of hold it in a relaxed position. Next up, we have the quiver that goes with the crossbow. And we've got some purple feathers for the top of the bottom or the back of the arrow. And obviously it's all sculpted into one piece, but it's nice that they included this little silver paint for the shaft of the arrows. Looks really good. We've got some gold paint for the stitching going down the quiver. Looks really good, and it continues all the way down to the bottom of the quiver. We do have this clip system, which does clip right onto the belt of Ravaena. And then we've got some gold lining detail going throughout the quiver and a black paint for the quiver itself. So pretty good looking right here. Don't have any glaring issues really. There is a little bit of like paint slop or something going on right there. Not really sure what that's about, but it's just something to note on mine. Okay, and last up we've got the Bone Sword. This is nothing that we haven't seen before, but it is differently painted, specifically for Ravaena. So, as we can see, there's some gold paint shading going throughout the blade of the Bone Sword, and these little spikes right here, and even some crustaceans over here on the Bone Sword. On the handle, it's pretty much just like a black paint, but it looks good. So there's black and gold going throughout this Bone Sword. Like I said, this could be some sort of mythical, enchanted relic that she had picked up. This could be one of those weapons that can only defeat Vorgus Vermilius. So Ravaine's quite important as far as if you run into Vorgus Vermilius, you're going to want her on your side. Okay, and the last couple accessories technically are the belt, which I already have on there. You simply have to remove the torso from the lower torso, the upper torso from the lower torso, and then put the belt on. And then the other technical accessories would be the 2 shoulder pauldrons and the cloth cape, which are not attached to the figure in package. You're going to have to put those on yourself. You can pretty much put the cape on any way you feel comfortable, but I guess the technical way to put it on is to fold the ends in. There's 4 peg holes on the cape, and you want to fold 2 of those peg holes in until they meet the holes on the inner portion of the cape, and then plug those in to the pauldrons first, and then plug them and port them into the back. That's the best way I found to do it. But there's a ton of different ways you can put these capes on. There's not really a wrong way to put them on, technically, seeing as these are a modular, kind of customizable figure line. You can pretty much do it any way you feel comfortable. Okay, as far as Ravaine's articulation does go, her head can swivel at a full 360 rotation, even with the shoulder pauldrons on, which this is a nice pliable plastic right here, so you're getting some good range of motion there. You can get a full 360 if you really want it to. The head doesn't really look up. It pretty much looks neutral the entire time due to the back end of the hooded, sculpted head. She can look down about that far. That's about enough that's needed. She can't really pivot side to side. You get a little bit there. There are no jive turkeys up in here. None. Not even one gobble. So, no turkeys at all. The arms go up, and her arm popped out. Excuse me, I'm trying to get her arm all the way up there. Come on, Ravaena. Damn it. That's about maxed out right there. So it does mirror both sides. Can do a full 360 rotation right here. Obviously, if you have the shoulder pauldron off, it'll be a little bit easier on you. She does have a swivel at the elbow, and she does have a single jointed elbow, which gets a little bit more than 90 degrees. She does have a swivel at the gauntlet, swivel at the wrist, hinge joint, which goes back and forth, or if you swivel it up and down. She does have a diaphragm joint. Her head's coming off, sorry. A diaphragm joint, which can pivot side to side. It can crunch back, crunches forward, and you can swivel it. You can also swivel the waist. She can do the splits pretty well. I want to say about the same as everybody else. And then she does have an upper thigh swivel, which is a little bit frozen on this side. Everything seems to be a little bit frozen on this side. So let's try this side, but it is there. And then a single jointed knee, swivel at the knee, swivel at the ankle. She can point the toe and the heel. There's a nice little ratchet in there. And she does have an ankle pivot and 2 peg holes at the bottom of her feet. Okay, as far as sculpt and paint detail go, I think she's pretty well done. There is a little bit of a quality control issue going on with her face, which I'll get to in a second. But as far as the line work goes on her head sculpt, I think everything looks really good. She does have a little bit of a design on her hood right here, as we can see. A little bit of line work design right there by Mr. Eric Treadway. And then we have a purple top for her hood with a gold outlining. It looks really nice. The face itself, and I want to get to this right here, as you can see, right there, where my lighting is right now, right there next to the nose. She does have like a white streak on her face, and it's like, oh, why the face? It could have been anywhere else on the body, and I wouldn't have had an issue, but why the face does it have to have quality control issue? The eyebrows look pretty well done. Don't have any issues with that. I like the way that the lips are painted as well. Looks pretty cool. Switching on to the shoulder pauldrons right here. Nice gold paint with some black paint shading going throughout. I think that looks really well done. The rivets aren't painted separately or anything like that. It's pretty much just like a black paint shading going over the rivets. The chest, the arms, and the thighs, for the most part, are pretty much just like painted black, including the neck as well, giving off that she's wearing some sort of, I don't know, tight cloth of some sort. And then we have some chest armor right here, and that looks pretty good. It does continue on to the back with the back peg hole for the adapter if you want to give her a back adapter or some wings or whatever. Going around to the front, we've got some silver and some gold. And is that silver? Yeah, that's silver. So silver and gold and blue for the front of the torso. And a lot of people did not like this choice of colors, to be honest with you, but I think it looks really good. And then we've got some silver and gold and blue for the thigh armor. The front of the thigh armor belt piece looks really good too. I like the brown for the crotch piece right here, crotch covering cod piece. That looks nicely done. And the gold studs look good too. The gold with the black paint shading is nicely done. Let me fix her ankle there. It was bothering me. And then we've got that nice little design that we saw with Miria and a couple other action figures in this line with the nice little leaf design right there. That looks pretty cool. We've got some little swirly designs right here with some black paint shading going throughout. The brown on her boots. And then we've got brown feet for those. Flipping it around to the back, we do have some black buckles with some, black straps with some black straps with some gold buckles, excuse me. I can't get that right. And then we have black soles for her shoes. The gauntlets look pretty good. It pretty much mirrors what they did with the bottom of the boot here. It's kind of a brown with black shading going on top of the gauntlet and then gold studs for that. And she does have kind of knuckle dusters right here, or some sort of a hand protector right here, which is painted black, and then the glove is brown. Something else I wanted to point out before I go into my size comparisons here is that I just realized that she has 2 right feet. So that's another quality control issue right there. It does kind of affect her standing a little bit. I also noticed that this ankle is a little bit on the loose side. It keeps wanting to flop all over the place. So maybe it's due to her having 2 right feet. That's the issue. Okay, as far as size comparisons go, we've got 2 Marvel Legends here. On the left, we've got Luke Cage on the Hyperion body mold, and on the right, we've got Multiple Man on the Bucky Cap body mold. Okay, next up, we've got 2 female Marvel Legends. On the left, we've got Psylocke, and on the right, we've got Valkyrie. Okay, and next, we've got a WWE Elite figure in Shawn Michaels on the left, and on the right, we've got a DC Universe Classics Hawkman. And last up, we've got a Motu Classics in Vicor on the left. And on the right, we've got Sir Gideon Heavens brand. Okay, as far as the packaging goes, we've got the typical single-carded Mythic Legions logo on the bottom. We've got the 4 Horsemen logo up top on the right. And it says on the left, mythiclegions.com, sourcehorseman.com, and storehorseman.com. Flipping it around to the back, we've got some beautiful artwork, which is featured in issue number 1 of the Mythic Legions comic. On this side, we've got the clan logo for Ravaena. On this side, we have a picture of Ravaena, and here is her read-up. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. Alright, so my final thoughts on Ravaena, it's kind of a mixed bag. She does have some quality control issues as far as I want to say this now, 2 loose ankles. She does come with 2 right feet. Not really sure what happened there, but obviously it's a quality control issue. She does have a white streak going on her face, which is, I mean, you can blatantly see it right here. It kind of stands out a little bit, kind of bugs me. Could have been anywhere else on the body, but it had to be on the face. But Everything else, as far as paint goes, I'm pretty pleased with. I think as far as a community coming together to make a figure, I think it was a pretty good job on everyone's part. And try to be a little bit understanding that people do have difference of opinion, and you've got all of these different people voting, wanting this different things at one time. A figure that went through a tough quest, both through her backstory and her bio, and through the quest of actually building this figure by the fans. I think everything turned out well at the end of the day, and I think if you do get her, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think she comes with a good amount of accessories. I like her little backstory, like I said. I'm loving the cloth cape. That was a decision of mine, obviously. We all know how much I love cloth capes. But I think the face sculpt looks really good. I'm very pleased with how those eyes turned out. I think the eyes turned out really well. I really like the hooded decision for a hooded character as well. I think that fits her too, and it's nice to have this character to go up against Vorgus Vermilius, because really, I mean, Vorgus Vermilius is pretty OP at this point, and there's not really a yin to his yang. So this is a good choice on the Four Horsemen's part, and I think it made sense as far as logic goes to pin her up against him, seeing as they were both the fan voted figure. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her a. I'm going to give her a 2 thumbs up, but I would say this. Be wary. Hopefully yours doesn't come with 2 right feet and issues with quality control on the face and loose ankles. Mine did, but I still think overall the figure in front of me is well done. This might not be a figure for everybody, but it's a figure for me. I enjoy it still. And between the bone sword, the quiver, the new crossbow, the mage staff with different attachments, and also the banner that she comes with, I think she's pretty decked out as far as accessories go. So I'm pretty pleased in that department, where Miria Golden Branch, I was kind of left wanting a little bit. But overall, I like her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like Ravaena? Do you not like Ravaena? But let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to know what you guys think. Hit that like button, please. It lets me know that you want to see more of this type of content, and it helps my channel out exponentially. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't and you like the content and you want to join the crew. And, yeah, be sure to hit that bell for notifications also, until you see 2 little parentheses hanging over the bell. And that's pretty much it for me. Enjoy your figures. Have fun with them. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.